HO Talk Show.
I am HO Talk Show. Like we always do at this time, speaking truth to power, taking Seville to the world and bringing the world to Seville. It's yours truly, Sir Charles, and I'm delighted to have my guest with me right now. She's here to talk to us, family, about health equity and community partnerships as it relates to the UVA health system and our greater Charlottesville community. None other than the local legend herself, and I know she doesn't like all those accolades, but it is what it is. None other than Jackie Martin. Jackie, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Charles.
Absolutely. Anytime. We're a fan here of the great work that you've been doing for years. But for those that don't know, but I'm sure they've heard the name, you have a position that's still relatively new. So you are over at the University of Virginia Health's inaugural DEI office. You know, a lot of people probably don't know that the university, the school side, has been involved in DEI for quite a while.
Right.
But Dr. Tracy Downs is the inaugural chief and director of an initiative for the health system. So, congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
For one.
Thank you.
But that title, community engagement and health equity, do you feel like that is familiar and falls right in line with the work you've been doing for a while? Or now that you're at UVA, what exactly does that mean to you, being the director of community partnerships and health equity?
Charles, I believe it directly falls in line with work that I've been doing out in the community. I love the Charlottesville community, specifically the Black Charlottesville community, and have been working in that arena for quite some time now. What my position at UVA Health allows me to do is to work on health equity on what I feel like is a larger level or at a larger organization, where I'm very hopeful that with the community we can come together and make some big changes.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. At UVA Health, do you feel like that the work that you all are doing in that office is more Charlottesville centered, or is it Commonwealth? So when you go to your office, or when you and Dr. Downs and all the folks have meetings and whatnot, is it like Charlottesville focused, or is it we serve the state, we serve the Commonwealth?
So in my position, I can focus on the planning district because my work is driven by our community health needs assessment that focuses not only on the city of Charlottesville, but the counties of Albemarle, Fluvanna, Greene, Louisa, and Nelson.
Okay.
And I've only been there a little while now, and I'd have to say that most of my work so far has really focused on the city of Charlottesville. But we definitely are doing some work in the counties as well.
Gotcha. So I'm looking at the website here too, and so the office is diversity, equity, inclusion, and community engagement. So it's like they really gave you director power because you got DEI and then community engagement is separate. So it's like Jackie is so good at what she does, we're gonna give her own section.
Well, I'm never gonna say that's true, Charles, but yeah, the community piece as part of my title is very, very important to me. That's where my heart is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, family, we are joined by none other than Jackie Martin, Director of Community Partnerships and Health Equity at UVA Health. So let's get into your work, some things that you have coming up. Because when we think about commitment to health equity, you're born and raised here, right? In this area, right? So you know a lot of the history. So you know how hard it is to convince people to trust a physician, or even how hard it is for people to find a physician that they wholeheartedly trust. Particularly
Absolutely.
when it comes to to what goes into health equity and the reasons for that. We have a history, and so is there any things, whether it's locally or whether it's educationally or professionally, that really put you on this journey? Because I know it has to be something with someone who's just with as much passion as yourself in the work that you do. What's your driving force behind caring so much about the community and wanting to share and engage people in equitable healthcare?
So I got to go back to my roots. I had a father who is now deceased, but he was my role model. And my dad, John Gaines, would show up at city council meetings at any time just to let them know how he felt about how issues around fairness and equity, specifically for Black people. So I grew up with hearing those conversations. But, I also got to give all the glory to God, because I know without a doubt that that's where my passion comes from. And, this work is not easy, Charles.
Yeah.
And so, what I believe is that I'm in the role for a reason. And I came to UVA Health to help improve health outcomes for Black people. So with God on your side,
there you go.
Then, you got who you need behind you to do that.
Agreed. So a couple of ways that you all are planning to engage the community and surrounding areas, of course, is to, I guess you could say, squelch or to add a level of comfortability to people, and as it is the way that they relate to UVA Health. So you have a couple of events coming up, and I must also ask too, like, do you find it being even an extra hurdle to say that, hey, I'm with UVA Health? I got to imagine some people stop you right there, like, oh, you with UVA? Because locally, like, that comes with its own sort of condentations. Like so that kind of makes the task even taller for you. But as you do this work, are you experiencing that? Any of people just saying, as soon as you say UVA, they kind of try to cut you off?
I wouldn't say they cut me off, but what they do is a lot of times is express the fact that they do not trust UVA Health. And, I talk to student groups sometimes, and I talk about how, you don't have to talk about the Tuskegee experiment or Henrietta Lacks. We have local examples, very good examples of why people of color, and again, specifically Black people, don't trust health care.
Right.
I mean, there are lots of examples of that right here locally. So.
Absolutely. So let's get into it, because I'm not even going to belabor it, because of course my mind went to even recently, because people think about decades and decades ago, but even recently we saw disparities with the COVID response.
Right.
And we saw how it still disproportionately affects us.
Right. Yeah. Even in how, if we're going to go there, how the vaccines rolled out, the communication, why weren't Black people in vaccine lines, So a lot of those things still happen today, unfortunately.
Absolutely. That's why we need trusted people like Jackie Martin.
Well, I'd like to think, I'm always going to be, me, I'm transparent. And so, I hope that I have earned the trust of a lot of members of my community. Absolutely. So, so as stated, a couple of great events, family, definitely listen out for, and tell a friend, because again, this is a community engagement. Not being told what to do per se or whatnot, but educational opportunities to make valid and informed decisions. So we have equitable health outcomes. Go ahead. And I was going to say, a lot of what we're doing is about relationship building. And we know that takes time to get out there and continue to show up, continue to offer programs that we hope the community will like and participate in. But right now we're in the stage of just building those relationships.
Gotcha.
And I'm excited to tell you about a couple of the events we have coming up.
Yeah. So the first one that I see is Community Conversations, Growing Up Black in Charlottesville. Like that title alone is pretty intriguing.
Yeah, we've had a lot of interest so far in that, and I hope people will come out. So on Sunday, February the 25th, 1 o'clock to 2:30, and if your church service isn't over till 1:15, please still come. We'll be at Mount Zion First African Baptist Church just for a conversation again about growing up Black in Charlottesville, but it's all about reminiscing. The Brentwood was a little before my time, but I sure hit the Odyssey quite a few times, and cabarets were definitely on my list. So we just want to talk about what was great about growing up in Charlottesville. Who we want to talk about, favorite teachers and our communities, Black-owned businesses, and just have people come out for a relaxing time. And by the way, Sunday dinner will be provided. Oh,
there you go.
And just fellowship with each other.
Yeah. Hey, you can't say that too many times for our people. Food will be included.
Not just food. We're talking about Sunday dinner.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah. And we're also, we hope we'll get a lot of elders. Elders, I'm almost in that category, but we have a special gift to those who are 70 and over. We also have some other door prizes, and we're very proud that our sponsors include the Black faculty and staff at UVA Health, the Jefferson School African American Heritage Center, as well as the Black Professional Network. So we're all coming together for this particular event.
Now, Jackie, I got to ask this. That stood out. So special gift for those 70 and older. Now that's going to be a tough sell, because I can imagine if someone is that age, and if at this point they haven't felt comfortable enough to be transparent, like about maybe, sharing experiences that they had growing up Black in Charlottesville, that may be quite a tough task. Like, have you gotten any kind of response to that yet? Or are there any sort of it's like icebreakers that you've been trying out? Or
so Melody, who is co-facilitating, and she's an excellent facilitator. We are definitely having conversations about how to get people talking. And what we're trying to create is a very safe environment for people. I was going to ask that. Just that. Yeah. No judgment, whatever your experience was, and good or bad, we want you to come out and feel free to share.
Now, Sunday, February 25th, 1 to 2:30, community conversation growing up Black in Charlottesville, taking place at the Mount Zion First African Baptist Church. And as you mentioned, UVA Health partners, community partners that they have. But again, if I'm somebody listening and I have any kind of reluctancy and I'm worried about that safe space, and I'm saying, okay, is this just going to be Jackie and Melody and Tracy, or people from these organizations that I know, like the level of comfortability? Are there going to be doctors sitting there staring me in the face and questioning me? What can people expect when they come to Mount Zion on that afternoon for the community conversations? Yeah,
what I'm expecting, and everyone is welcome, but what I'm expecting are just regular community people. And, I consider myself to be a regular community person. So, no, it's not about physicians coming out to make any kind of pitch to people, or what I think we can promise is a no judgment zone.
Okay. Sounds good. And this is free and no obligations. This information?
Absolutely free. Yes.
Got you. Good stuff. So y'all have a couple things before the month is out, right?
Yeah. So we do. We have another event coming up on February 29th.
Okay. So the February 29th looks like another community conversation and celebration of Black History Month. Why we need minorities in clinical research and our commitment to doing it right. Man, the water's getting deeper and deeper, Jackie.
It's getting deeper, I'm going to tell you, because I'll be the first to admit when it comes to research, I am personally a little hesitant to put that out in the Black community. But what has convinced me that this is a conversation we need to have is that UVA Health has recognized some things that we could have done better in the past. We've made some changes. And one good example, I think, of that would be that I feel like we've been known in the past to come into communities, get the data we want, and then disappear, not even coming back to share with the community our findings. Things like that, that should have happened, of course, always. We are very intentional about those things, and I'm glad to have a great team. Oh my gosh, we have Dr. Tyson Bell, Dr. Marquita Taylor, Dr. Tracy Downs, Dr. Eshawn Williams, as well as some other
heavy hitters.
We got some people coming out who are doing research and are Black people talking about what that looks like in our community now. Nice.
So tell us a little bit about iThrive. Is that the conglomerate of everybody together, or is that like a separate partner organization, the Integrated Translational Health Research Institute of Virginia? What role do they play in this?
Yeah, so iThrive stands for, and you just said it, the Integrated Translational Health Research Institute of Virginia, and they are charged with fostering open dialogue and collaboration to ensure community voices shape our research initiatives. So what I see iThrive doing a lot is really reaching out to BIPOC members of the community and making a case for them to consider participating in research. So all of the physicians I named don't work under the iThrive umbrella, but they are out there doing research in the community.
Gotcha. Thank you. So, and this one is a virtual event. Looks like Thursday, February 29th, 6 to 7 p.m. The conversation around why we need minorities in clinical research and our commitment to doing it right. So it's only virtual.
It's only virtual.
Right. And I'm curious, like, what is there a reasoning behind being virtual instead of in person, or?
The only thought behind that was that we felt more people would participate virtually in this particular event than they would come out on an evening from 6 to 7 to participate. But I hope this is just one of many conversations we have out in the community about this topic.
Gotcha. So how would people get in touch with you all to get the virtual link or to sign up?
So the virtual link is we have a QR code and a tiny URL on our flyer. And
we'll share that on our page.
Okay,
as well.
That would be great. And so all you have to do is scan the code or join us on Zoom by typing in this address.
All right. Sounds good. Community conversations and celebration of Black History Month. And as I said, like this one right here is definitely going to be a hard sell, but for the better. In regards to, I wanted your take on the importance of this one, right? So when you talk about why we need more minorities in clinical research, knowing that there's a high level of skepticism in the Black community, like, what is that why? Like, I know you're not a physician, but just when you look at this work and you think about the why, like in the face of the most skepticism that you can imagine in our community, what is your why?
Well, and first of all, I want to say, if you're skeptic, I want you to log on. We want your questions.
It's informational,
yeah. So please, skeptics, come on. But the importance of it is that when, research studies are based only on white people, then we aren't being served as well as we could be, because
that's right.
Yeah, so we really need Black people and BIPOC people to consider participating in research studies.
Awesome. Thank you. So that's Community Conversations, February 25th, 1 to 2:30 p.m., Mount Zion First African Baptist Church, the Growing Up Black in Charlottesville. And then followed by on February 29th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., the virtual conversation, Why We Need Minorities in Clinical Research and Our Commitment to Doing It Right. And as she said, you can find more info at UVA Health, Office of Diversity and Community Engagement, as well as we're going to share that family on IMHO Talk Show page, so you can get those links and follow up on that information. Jackie, thanks as always for being just a jewel in the community. But what else would you like to mention, though? Because I know your work goes outside of this. Is there any goals or plans or any sort of like offshoots going on right now that you just want the community to keep ear out for or look out for and support? I don't want to forget the support. Yeah. Because you are a part of the biggest employer in most of the state. And so, so when we think about, we're on a community radio station right now, we think about, how engaged you are in the community. I want people to know, as well, like what level of support is needed, for this work to be done. Because again, we're not talking about, and I want my listeners to know, we're not talking about, being a fan of UVA or anything of that nature, or saying your physician has to be at UVA. We're talking about community engagement so that they have the information and education to solve these inequities that we have in our community.
Yeah. So,
but anything you may want to add?
Yeah, that's a hard question for me anyway. I don't know. I just want us to know that when we band together and advocate for ourselves, for what we deserve equitable health care. Mm-hmm. And so I just want us to come together to advocate for that. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. That is very, very well said. So Jackie, if there's nothing else that you wanted to the public to know at this point, at least tell them how to reach you. I guess if people want to partner with for future events or have some input or whatever, like how can they reach your office?
So you can reach me by email at jgm9u@uvahealth.org, or feel free to call me at 434-243-8352. I welcome any phone calls. I'm always out there looking for ideas about engaging in the community. I love partnerships. I don't think we should do anything alone. So if you have an idea, please hit me up.
Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, family, IMHO Talk Show, we have been joined for this segment by none other than UVA Health's DEI and Community Engagement Offices, Jackie Martin, the Director of Community Partnerships and Health Equity. Jackie, peace and blessings to you.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you.
Talk Show.